Hey everybody, this is Dean FM, and today I wanted to do another reaction video to some queer TikToks, a queer TikTok compilation. The name of the video is called LGBTQIA plus TikTok compilation because you, my dear, are a little fruity. I love fruit. I think fruit is healthy. I think fruit is good for the soul and good for the mind. We all gotta eat it. I like me some apples. Yum, yum, yum. You know what I mean? Not gonna eat on camera. You know what I mean? Please make sure to check out my Facebook, Instagram, my Facebook fan page, DFM Queer Casual, a safe space for gender expression and allies, as well as my website, dfmofficial.com. And let's get munching on some fruit.
I tweeted that because people think they're born gay, and I don't think they're born gay.
The amount of left-handed people back in the day was really low because people with left-handed were seen as inferior and they were forced to use their right hand more often. But as it became more acceptable, then the amount of left-handed people increased and it became steady at what, like
12%.
Would you say people choose to be left-handed?
Shut up.
I don't know. I don't know anything about
Have to be attracted to women?
Yes!
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm just naturally attracted to women.
Right. So do I need to connect the dots or you got it?
Thank you, H3H3, Ethan. He's kind of had his own little scandals and stuff, but I like him. Something I was thinking about, actually, and I think that this is a very interesting topic. To answer the question, why is it just now, in the last 100 years or so, becoming more visible? It's very sad, but I think humans have been oppressing. It's interesting that it seems like the whole world, like every single country has some sort of, there's going to be homophobia everywhere is what I'm saying. It's not every country is 100% homophobic. There is a lot of homophobia basically everywhere. I was wondering, in the context of human evolution, where homosexuality comes into play, because I feel like with sentience and with consciousness and attraction, when that came into the mix, those things probably started triggering in different directions in terms of Homo sapiens being attracted to who they're attracted to. It's interesting that as the baseline, the male and female relationship seems to be the most worldly accepted relationship. But I think that we are in a revolutionary time. I really think that we are in a 100% revolutionary time with the rise of industrial revolution, with the rise of electronics, with the rise of cell phones that even I've seen in my lifetime. The connection, everybody's connected, everybody knows. There's such positivity to that. I feel like people put down social media and put down the internet so much, but I wouldn't be here without it. It's so cool to think about this.
If you don't support all letters in the LGBTQIA+, you are homophobic. There is no yeah but. Respecting other people's pronouns and other people's identities is not a yeah but moment. You cannot say you support the LGBTQIA+, and then not support trans people. You can't say you support LGBTQIA+, and say bisexual people are no longer bisexual
This
when in a
Roblox setting is a
heterosexual
trip.
relationship. That's all.
Like, you need to support everybody. LGBTQIA plus is an all-encompassing thing. If you don't support every single letter in the alphabet, or whatever she said about the alphabet, I don't like how we associate LGBTQIA with being every letter in the alphabet. I think that that's kind of expanding on the stereotype of non-binary people and their many numerous identities. But if you do not accept every single person on the spectrum, if you don't accept people, period, who aren't bad people, or you have hate in your heart for somebody that you don't even know, then yeah, I just say you were a bad person.
I used to be adopted too.
It's becoming
Maybe so many
increasingly
people
more
hate Christians.
difficult to confess that you're a Christian to a stranger without them having a very negative response.
Wow.
Yes, could you imagine? I saw something, it was a documentary to where homosexuality was the norm and straight relationships were the people who were looked down upon and treated poorly. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Because why would the world stay in that heterosexual overall operation for so many thousands and thousands of years? LGBTQ protesters drape pride flags above Conservative Rally in Kentucky. Oh, Lord have mercy. That is a little awkward. As long as that's legal what they're doing, then that's fine. But if you are doing something that's not legal, then I would not suggest that. That is definitely radical if it's not legal. I do definitely believe that queer people need to be 100% standing their ground in these tough political times that we are in. So it's hard to say whether or not these sort of extreme movements and extreme ways to show your support is the best way to do it. I don't know if I would ever encourage activism in such a sense, but I do respect that you are out here doing your thing. I know the struggle.
You can't be scared of gay people, okay? Just because
Look
Bill
at
and
earrings.
Ted down the road are having sex doesn't mean you can be scared of them. You're not scared of gay people. You're just a wanker.
I think that's so true with homophobia. That really is the tea, isn't it, sis? Y'all are scared. Like, why y'all mad? Y'all see us on the come up and you are intimidated by our rise in success. So I think homophobia is such a good term. I know that is not necessarily the way that people feel when you are describing somebody as homophobic. That person may not be necessarily like terrified of gay people as they would be a spider. They deserve that term because at the end of the day, that's what their overall community is suggesting, that they are intimidated by our come up. They are intimidated by our rise. Queer people, people of color, all of us, left, the liberals, the Democrats, we're all coming up. Homophobia, transphobia. I like that. Gay and straight duo. Okay. Nice. Friends.
Gays in a glass to the gays and the bis and the trans and the girls and the big bald men. You better not assume my pronouns. You ain't got a clue what I feel inside. Shake my ass while I play Beyonce. You wanna come fuck me, then get in line.
What is that song?
Is there like a gay scientist that can explain why all gay people walk like they're being hunted for sport?
Yes, actually, I'm a drag queen and a behavioural therapist, and it's because we are being hunted for sport.
I was about to say, like, we are out here. No. Being somebody who looks different, you definitely have to have your confidence. And you know that when you go out, people are not going to necessarily be 100% accepting of you, whether internally or externally. And they may want to say it, but you got to keep a strong exterior. That's certainly what I've been doing. I have to make sure that with my walk that I keep my head up, hold my head up. I'm walking steady. When you live a life of oppression, it's very hard to not have that exterior, that shield that you've built up from yourself, that people have forced you to build, that people have encouraged you, or people have, unfortunately, made it so that you have had to build a shield around yourself. It's hard to take that down. And sometimes you should not take it down. I think that it's very much important to be confident in public. Maybe don't be like a bitch. Don't walk around giving people the finger, but I mean, just hold your head up. Hold your head up. I think Lady Gaga said that once. That's one thing I love that Lady Gaga said. She said, hold your head up. So let's go. Learning how to runway walk, that was something that really I use to this day. When I was in high school, I went to John Casablancas. It was a modeling agency. And they had taught me how to walk down a line and do the walk of a runway. That helps me to this day. Just keeping a rhythm, not having to be conscious of every single step, but having it more so like motor control. You are good as long as you are strong. People need to see us being less awkward. People need to see the LGBTQIA community in such a more strong and confident light. I feel like so many of us walk around like we are ashamed of ourselves, and we should never be. Maybe if I can educate people and make a safe space for queer Christians, it'll all be worth it. Being told, it is important for everybody to know that when they go online or when they go into any sort of space, whether it be a community group or a chat server or whatever, a website, forum, comment section, you're never guaranteed positive experience. You're never guaranteed a positive reply or interaction with everybody. There's going to be some people who are going to be mean, some people who are rude, some people who are evil, some people who are going to do what that person just said, which was to unalive themselves. And that is so disgusting. That is disgusting. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what the background is. I think you are a danger to society because that is encouragement. People, I can guarantee you, can get triggered by those things. Death threats are so common online and in social media in general. And trolls are more than trolls at the end of the day. Trolls are criminals and, contributing to somebody's negative mental health who might already be considering that type of action. That's not an acceptable situation. And being that I have brought up suicide, whenever I bring up suicide, I am definitely going to leave the number for the suicide hotline. And that I'm going to put right here. And I'm also going to put that in the description because you are not alone. Suicide is very, very real, a very real problem, a very real thing in a lot of people's lives. Many people are contemplating. Many people need help. Get the help, okay? Do not let people like this trigger you. Please make sure that you get the help you need. That I don't play with.
Now people are going to think I like women. And I do like women, but not like that.
Ooh,
I do support the Lgbtqia plus community. I'm not gay, but I am an ally. I am an ally.
I like that knitting work. That's so cool. I want a hobby like that. I want a hobby that I can, just crank out a scarf. Just crank me out a little mitten. But for real though, get a hobby.
Anyways, my sexuality isn't so much a public display as it is the fact that I like to put my member into different kinds of holes.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That is the opposite kind of like what I do. You know what I mean? In terms of what I push. But I respect that. That's true. He doesn't have to look a certain way to show you he's gay. No. But if he wants to, he should be able to. And I feel like so many people are oppressed. And that's where I come from. This is where Dean FM comes into the picture. Because people are going to look at me. People are going to look at people who are transsexual and say that we're shoving ourselves in their faces. Why do you got to be so flamboyant out there? Why do you got to be a flame? Why do you got to be a flaming queen? Homophobic people and people who are hateful and ignorant people. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They either want you to be gay and to be out and to have what's it called? An A on your shirt, like an adulteress on your shirt, like walking around or like branded on your head. If you're a flame like me and you are flamboyant and eccentric, then they want you to shut the fuck up. Hate is not good, but it will not win.
Do a very simple
me coming out to my parents.
No, cat scan. Calm. No, cat scan. Just get some restraint.
Your dad is a fairy for crying. They want you to be so strong, but they themselves can't take a little tea. They themselves can't handle a little truth. I don't understand why parents get so invested in the gender of their offspring and the gender of who they are raising. That makes no sense to me. I understand that you have an idea. You have a picture of your child being a man or a woman and growing up to be a gentleman or a lady. But why? Unfortunately, we got to say that there's a lot of social input there to where I think if your father is having that reaction, a big part of it may be that he is afraid of what other people are going to think of not only his son, but him. And that's really sad. That's kind of ironic in a little way to kind of break down in the fetal position as a grown man because somebody who is related to you just told them that they like people of the same sex. A little wimpy.
It's really cute.
One update. Do not buy this.
Okay, take it back. You do not need it. You do not need it. For any of you all who didn't see it, Target has decided to placate to the conservative right-wing homophobes that can't handle a rainbow being on a t-shirt and have decided to cancel part of the collection. So I cannot in good conscience suggest you buy this. So instead, here are some of my favorite queer businesses. First is Lockwood 51. They're one of my favorites.
Well, first of all, in response to the whole Target thing, any chain place, I've realized that a lot of these big chain stores, Target, and I think Walgreens as well, had a lot of promotion that was kind of about pride and stuff, and it was very corny to begin with. I don't think that there was a lot of heart or sincerity in there. I say that we boycott the damn place. Now I'm getting mad, actually. I say we boycott the place. If people are going to be able to influence a whole industry or a whole corporation into not supporting a community, then that community that has made that input has too much power. Way too much power, and this needs to be addressed.
Corporations don't actually care about us, even if they want to pretend to care about us for a couple years.
I think people who are right-wing, people who are conservative are getting a little loud, and I think it's interesting that we aren't attacking them as much as they are attacking us. This is a weird time. And if I could get political for just 1 second, Trump is not my president. He cannot be this country's president. And the fact that he is going back up to run side by side to Biden, this guy is accused in the court of law. He has a mugshot. Conservatives, they are butthurt. Anybody saying one thing that may contradict them, they will go off. That says a lot. Thy doth protest too much, okay? And that, my dear, was reacting to LGBTQIA plus TikTok compilation because you are a little fruity. Don't forget your apples. Don't forget your grapes. I'm trying to lose weight. You know, fruits may not seem like such a treat if you are eating junk food all day or if you are eating candy all day. But if you like kind of save it up, like if you don't eat something for the morning, you have a coffee in the morning or you have a small breakfast and you haven't had anything else, there's nothing better to me than the fresh taste of a fresh apple hitting that mouth after like 5 hours of abstinence. Like I suggest eating fruit when you haven't eaten something for a while because it's definitely going to be more fresh and stuff. So, and how do you like them apples? And I hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.